Hello.
Hi, this is Janisha calling from HSH again.
Oh, hi. Hi, Miss Baker. Hi.
Hi. I'm calling because I was able to catch up with ECS to find out what's going on with everything. And it looks like they're saying that they sent an email to you around the middle of this month stating that they needed you to switch the titles over to your vehicle and to your name in order for them to move things forward. So that's why they needed you to go and follow up with DMV.
Right. But I can't do that unless it's paid. They have to pay it at the same time as it gets transferred over. They don't do that. Like the DMV has to, the title, the actual tags themselves have to be paid. The back thing has to be caught up, and then they transfer, after they do that, they transfer the title for $15.
So this saying here that they talked to you and said that it has to be switched over and that they also need proof of your husband passing away to switch it over
They
and that
they
they need
never
documents from DMV.
They never told me that.
Go ahead.
I have the email that they sent me on the 15th that I answered on they were out
Mm-hmm.
of the office until the 4 days. So I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
answered it on the following Monday, and I told them that they told me to get an appointment, was what the email was.
Right.
They told me to get an appointment at DMV, and I showed them a screenshot from DMV that when I tried to make an appointment, it says they don't take them for a vehicle registration. You have to go in person to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other issue was the tickets, and I sent in proof of my the denial because of the I wasn't the registered owner. I couldn't do the waiver or the ticket program because I wasn't the registered owner of the vehicles. So
Right, but so that's why I have to start at DMV. So who from DMV told you that you couldn't do any of this until it was paid?
when I went into DMV itself, like the
Mm-hmm.
On May 4th, I went in for Regina told me to do it, and I went in and like waited in line. And then when I got to the window, the lady there wrote it down on a piece of paper that I have from the DMV, and she walked me through all the steps of how it has to be done. That you have to pay it then you have to pay the past stuff and pay the things on it, and then you transfer it into the other person's name. And I have all the
Mm-hmm.
death certificate and stuff. She wrote me a list and gave me the paper, the title transfer paper that I fill out and sign. And she told me that
Mm-hmm.
someone else could bring it in at this, but it had to be paid in order for them to transfer the title and so forth.
Okay, I see what you're saying too. So this is kind of a weird situation that just puts everything in because DMV won't do anything, but the program that pays the ticket also can't do anything with the way that DMV won't switch it over to your name, right? Now
Right.
they did. SFMTA did share with us that they were willing to accept situations where the person who has the vehicle is not the registered owner, but that they would need to kind of check in on a few things. So what I think I will do is check with them to let them know your situation, okay?
Okay.
And see if there's a way for us to
I have his death
go ahead.
certificate. Yeah, I do have his death certificate, and
Mm-hmm.
we were legally married. I have a copy of our marriage license too.
Right, right. So let me reach out to SFMTA and see what we can do with that. It's hard for the DMV stuff, right? But if we at least try to get one thing handled, I'll see what else we can do on on our end to address this stuff with the SFMTA.
Yeah,
Now, when it comes to the DMV stuff,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying a messenger,
When it,
like a person could just come pick up the papers and go do the standing in line like a messenger service or something. Or
right,
yeah, or I
but
could,
that may
but
be an
no, it
issue.
has to be the person with the credit card. I'm sorry, like that's not like I could sit in the car and wait until they got at the window, like the person from problem solving that had the credit card or to pay it.
Mhm.
Like we could go
Mhm.
together, but I just don't know. I can't get it transferred until I get it paid. They won't, like, I don't know how to make that happen.
Right. So I'm aware that they have to, whoever has the credit card, they do have to be there in person,
Right.
unless they're going to pay it online. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard about
And then
that too.
since
Yeah.
you have,
Yeah, but I don't. That's
I
that.
don't know if they'll
Yeah.
let you pay it online, given that it's so past due. Usually to pay online, it has to be current, and they can't have all these issues attached. So I don't even think that that will be available.
Yeah.
But let me just reach out to some folks that I know at SFMTA and just ask them how we can try to move that piece forward. Now, when it comes to DMV, the challenge with that is that someone from ECS has to go down there
Yeah.
to assist with making that payment. They cannot use their personal vehicles to go down there and do it because they were told that they were unable to travel like that because it's a liability issue because they're on the clock. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just think through about some other options on what they can do to support the DMV stuff. But I'll first start with the SFMTA. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like Helen was working with you most recently.
Yeah.
And she was the last person that sent the email. So maybe I'll just have her check in with you on the other stuff. But what I would recommend you do, just going forward, is not to send all the emails out. I know that you're really frustrated with the process, but I feel like we've been going back to that when things come up. And it's always better to have a conversation with people. If they're not being responsive, then you need to go through that grievance process, which will loop me into it, okay? But
Okay.
the sending of all the emails and adding all these other people onto it is not going to move things forward. A lot of these people that were added to this last email have nothing at all to do with coordinated entry or with problem solving, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then sometimes they feel like because they're being put on the email, now they need to get involved in it. And I don't want them to do that because it's going to make this worse. Because there's already enough people involved as is. We got people from ECS, we got me, we got HSH, so I just want to eliminate all the confusion, but I want to let you know you do have the right to file a complaint if you feel like ECS is not responsive to you reaching out to them, but let's do it the right way. Let's put it in writing on that and use that grievance process, okay?
Okay.
Because that's when I, as a program manager, have it all laid out in this formal grievance process, and then I can go to them and say, what is this all about, right?
Right.
So I think that's my best advice to you. I get you're frustrated. I totally understand that you are going through quite a bit, but I just want to make sure that we don't create more, unnecessary people being involved in this that don't need to be,
Yes, ma'am.
So that's my only advice to you, okay?
Okay.
So let me do what I can, and I'll get back to you and let you know what I find out from SFMP. I have to kind of figure out who I should direct this to, because these are folks that I just most recently met, because they, did the update on the process to get tickets and stuff forgiven. So let me see what I can do. I won't be in the office tomorrow or Monday, but I'm hopeful that I have an answer for you on the SFMTA stuff and maybe a potential plan for the DMV stuff. Okay?
Oh, I was also wondering if the landlord could be dealt with, because he's really been holding on to this site for a long time for me, like since May 21st, and he's not impatient or anything, but like my caregivers are up there, and I think everyone's kind of starting to lose confidence and faith in me that I'm going to get this done. And I just want him to know, like if he could be, told that he was going to be paid or will be paid or something. So because he's given me like the premium site, like, and everyone there wants it. Like it's right. It has a lot of privacy and it has a tree, and it's nearest to the office in case we have to have ambulance service, he said, for me. So he put me there, and people are just getting like, they really want the site, and I'm
Right.
I'm just wondering if maybe someone could do something about that, please.
Yeah, so let me reach out to the director of coordinated entry at ECS and have him talk to his staff about what they can do to support the DMV stuff and communication with the landlord, okay? But I'll do my part for the SFMTA stuff,
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
And then you'll hear back from me. You'll hear back from me before I close out for the day, just with an update as to what's going on. And just so you know, every time you and I talk, I'm making sure to document everything, okay?
Okay,
In the
I'll
system
just
that
wait.
we use. So just in case other folks have questions, they already know that I've spoken with you, what we talked about, and what have you. But just make sure that if you are not getting what you want, that we file the grievance process, okay?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that's when they're going to loop me in because that's required for this program, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank
I'll call
for
you
your
back
time.
in a little bit, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, no problem at all. I'm here to help, okay?
Thank you. All right. I'll wait. Thank you.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.